In a cozy house at the edge of Maple Grove lived Sophie Chen, a bright-eyed girl with wild curly hair and a collection of mismatched socks who loved to tell stories to her little brother. Every night before bed, Sophie would gaze out her window at the ancient oak tree in their backyard, its branches seeming to dance in the moonlight. One particularly sleepless night, Sophie noticed something peculiar. Tiny purple lights flickering among the oak tree's leaves, like stars that had fallen from the sky. Wrapping her favorite starry blanket around her shoulders, Sophie tiptoed downstairs and into the backyard, drawn to the mysterious lights. As she approached the oak tree, a gentle voice whispered, "We've been waiting for you, Dreamkeeper's apprentice." The voice belonged to a thumbnail-sized creature with gossamer wings and hair that sparkled like stardust, a dream sprite named Twinkle. "The dream realm is in trouble," Twinkle explained. "Children everywhere are losing their ability to dream, and we need your help to restore the magic." Before Sophie could reply, the oak tree's trunk split open, revealing a swirling portal of silver mist and twinkling lights. Taking a deep breath, Sophie stepped through the portal and found herself in a world where clouds formed floating islands and rainbow bridges connected them. Twinkle led Sophie to the Dream Palace, built from moonbeams and starlight, where the Dreamkeeper, an elderly woman with silver hair that floated like clouds, awaited them. The Dreamkeeper explained that the Nightmare King had stolen the golden dream catcher, without which children's dreams couldn't reach the dream realm. Sophie's quest would be to recover 3 magical items: a feather from the slumber swan, a drop of twilight dew, and a whisper from the echo cave. Along her journey, Sophie met Luna, the wise owl who knew all the secret pathways through the dream clouds, and Pip, the playful shooting star who could zoom her between the floating islands. In the Midnight Garden, Sophie discovered the slumber swan sleeping so deeply that none could wake it, until she sang her little brother's favorite lullaby. At the edge of twilight, she caught a drop of twilight dew by being perfectly still and patient, just as her mother had taught her to be when watching butterflies. In the echo cave, Sophie faced her greatest fear, the dark, and learned that her own courage could light the way better than any lantern. With all 3 items collected, Sophie and her friends confronted the Nightmare King in his Tower of Shadows. Instead of fighting, Sophie offered to tell the Nightmare King a bedtime story, realizing he'd stolen the dream catcher because he'd forgotten how to dream himself. Touched by Sophie's kindness, the Nightmare King returned the golden dream catcher, and the Dreamkeeper used the 3 magical items to restore its power. As dreams began flowing again, the Dreamkeeper appointed Sophie as her official apprentice, teaching her how to weave sweet dreams for children everywhere. When Sophie returned home, she found her own dreams were more vivid than ever, filled with the magic she'd discovered. From that night on, Sophie kept a dream journal by her bed, and whenever she had trouble sleeping, she'd remember her friends in the dream realm watching over her. And sometimes, on quiet nights, she could still hear Twinkle's voice on the wind, whispering, "Sweet dreams, little Dreamkeeper."